I've got a list of 10 Roblox build games you've probably never heard of. Looking for good build games can be a challenge. When you search on Google or even directly on Roblox, you always come up with the same results. Bloxburg, Build to Survive Simulator, Build a Boat for Treasure, Lumber Tycoon 2, but you won't find any of the games on this list. So let's get into it. Number 10, Tides Building RNG. When you first start, you get to pick where to put your plot. My advice is to place it close to the mainland. That way, if there are other people in the server, you'll actually see each other's builds and can visit each other's plots. The whole game revolves around RNG. Basically, you set it to auto-roll and every few seconds you win a new item. Most items are super common and then some are rare. The items you win are your building materials. The theme in this game is kind of a scrapyard, junkyard on the beach vibe. There's no survival or competitive aspects to the game. It's just pure, free build. I've seen some really creative stuff here, like someone who made a 3-story escape room challenge. I wish I'd recorded it because it was really good. On my plot, I went more abstract. I used a lot of black so the colors would pop, scaled everything up really large, and just tried to make it feel artistic. Almost like an abstract sculpture or funhouse kind of thing. The build tools are over here on the right. You can move things around, rotate, resize, and recolor the items. Unfortunately, the color selection is limited, but you can change what material it's made of, which helps gives a bit more variety. Also, the placement can be a little touchy, but with patience, you can line things up exactly how you want them. It's not a game about challenges or grinding. It's just about rolling the dice, seeing what you get, and letting your creativity take over. Number 9, Dangerous Night. The goal in this game is to furnish your bunker and avoid getting killed by the monsters. During the day, you try to grab as much furniture as you can and run it back to your bunker. The catch is, you can only carry one item at a time, so you've got to move fast. The monsters come out at night, so it's best to stay inside the bunker. You can come out if you dare. Each morning, a plane drops in food and drinks. Grab what you can before running back for more furniture. Okay, don't judge me, but this is a fun game to mess with other players. Because if they leave the door to their bunker open, you can get in there and take their stuff. Most people spend the night decorating their bunker, but I've seen players get creative. Some build shelters inside the furniture store, some even make staircases up to the roof to hang out. The monsters are different each night, so depending on which ones spawn, those spots are usually safe. It's a little silly, but it's fun. If you like decorating and want a survival twist, Dangerous Night is worth checking out. Number 8, Adopt Me. Alright, so I think just about everybody who plays Roblox has heard of Adopt Me. It's one of the biggest games on the platform. But there's a good chance you didn't realize how much building and decorating you can actually do in this game. Most people know it for pets and trading, but the creative side is pretty underrated. Now, I'll be honest, I never really got into Adopt Me myself, but I wanted to include it here because I've seen what's possible when people really dive into the build mechanics. This incredible custom hotel you're seeing now was built by Mimiboo165, and if you're familiar with the game, you'll notice how much detail she put into every single room. Most of this was custom built. Personally, I just love finding games like this that give creative players like Mimi the ability to make something great. To other build games, Adopt Me leans more into design and decoration than starting from scratch. But that's exactly why it deserves a spot here. It gives you a huge toolbox for creativity inside a game most people overlook for building. Number 7, Picnics and Plushies. This is a very cute, relaxing game with no real challenge to it, but the building side is surprisingly good. You can make some absolutely adorable little houses and customize them more than you'd expect. The currency here is leaves, and to get leaves, you just run around the map and collect boxes. The game has a beautiful map to explore with cozy scenery and spots to wander through. Overall, it's just a really pretty game to play. When it comes to building, you claim a plot and then you can load in a saved build. There are some super cute starter houses to choose from, or start with an empty plot to design a custom house from scratch. For a game that looks so soft and mellow, the customization is actually pretty deep. So if you're looking for something laid back and wholesome, Picnics and Plushies is worth checking out. Number 6, The Sewers. This game is the complete opposite of the last one. There's nothing cute or cozy here. You're trying to survive in the sewers, scavenging piles of trash to find bottles and gears, which are the game's currency. At night, cops and robots come out on patrol, so you need to build yourself a shelter to stay safe. That's where the building aspect comes in. It's about survival as much as creativity. One thing to note, you can't save your builds in public servers. This is the first game on the list with that limitation. They do offer free private servers though, and if you build there, your progress sticks around. I've had my private server for almost a year now, and my base is still exactly the way I left it. The only downside is, it gets a little boring playing solo. If you're curious about what's possible in the sewers, I've got another video showing off my pink sky fort, which is one of my favorite builds I've done in this game. I'll drop that link in the description if you want to check it out. Trolls aside, this is a fun game, and if you're into survival mixed with creative building, the sewers is worth your time. Number 5. Colony Survival. This one's another survival game, but it works a little differently. Instead of just you've got an entire colony of NPCs who can help you out. At night, waves of zombies attack your base, so you need to build strong defenses, placing troops, building walls, and slowly expanding as you go. There's a lot of mining involved too. You'll need resources to keep your colony alive and your base defended. The building side is where you can really let your imagination run wild, designing your base, setting up defenses, and making it sturdy enough to withstand the attacks. I won't show off my base too much here, but if you want to see it in more detail, I do have a separate video on that. I've also got another video with tips for finding iron and coal, since there's a massive cave in this game where you can grab tons of resources. I'll drop both links in the description if you want to check those out. If you like survival games that mix strategy, combat, and building, Colony Survival is definitely worth a try. Number 4. Restaurant Tycoon 3. This is the latest game I've been playing, and I've been really enjoying it. One of the coolest features is that you can have up to 15 different saves, meaning 15 completely different restaurants. I haven't seen another game offer anything like that. When you first start, it can feel a little slow since you're doing all the work yourself and it gets repetitive. But once you push past that early grind, the money starts rolling in and you can hire staff. From there, your restaurant basically runs itself and you can focus more on being creative. You can either start with one of the pre-built restaurants or an empty plot and build from scratch. The building system is where this game shines. You can make just about anything you imagine. For example, my first restaurant is this retro diner with black and white checkers, red accents, and even a pool with a slide out back. I'm keeping it single story because I love the angled roof and the way it gives off that classic retro vibe. Another one of my restaurants is the complete opposite. Soft, girly, shabby chic style, all pastels and cozy touches. Then look at this stunning Barbie-themed restaurant someone built. I absolutely love this. The creativity here is honestly through the roof. Someone even built a McDonald's. The only real limit is your imagination. So yeah, if you're looking for a game with lots of customization options, then definitely check this one out. Number 3, Build a Haven. This game hasn't been out very long, so it's still pretty new. The concept is simple. You're building a haven for travelers who are passing through. You start small, giving them fire pits to stay warm, and then slowly expand into something more like a little hotel. You'll need to provide food, places to sit, books to read, showers, and of course, beds for them to sleep in. The vibe feels kind of old Western in a way. Everyone's on foot, warming up by campfires and fireplaces, and using boilers to heat water. The building system itself is pretty simple, with not a huge amount of options. But even so, you can still put together something creative and make it look really nice. I bought the game passes for the extra decor items, which definitely helps, but it's not necessary. You can absolutely make something beautiful without spending any Robux. I've got a few Build a Haven videos on my channel, so check it out. I give a full walkthrough of my own haven. I also have another video showing a friend's haven, and honestly, hers blew me away. She didn't even buy the game passes, and her build is stunning. I think it's even better than mine. I'm not kidding. Check it out, especially if you want to be inspired. My girl Mimi Boo has got some skills, y'all. Number 2, Northwind. This is a role-play survival adventure game set during the colonization of Quebec in the 18th century. It's got expansive landscapes, deep survival mechanics, and a profession system that gradually unlocks new skills and opportunities. Combat feels true to the time period, back when you had to load each bullet into your musket one at a time, pack it down with gunpowder and a rod, fire once, and then repeat the whole process. It makes every shot matter, which adds a lot of tension. What I love most about Northwind is the building. You can save your builds, and when you enter a server, as long as no one is in your spot, you can load in your house. Most houses are built with pine and iron, but you can build with other materials too. For example, you could build a red and white house with rosewood and birch. Just note, to get those materials, you'll have to take on the frontier. It can be dangerous out there, but you'll be okay. Another cool aspect of Northwind is the customization isn't just about your base. You can also deck out your avatar with different clothes, tools, and weapons. Showing off your drip is a huge part of the community. I do have a house tour video, I'll link that in the description as well. Northwind is a challenging, immersive, and really rewarding game. Definitely worth checking out. Number 1, bid battles. Coming in at number 1 is bid battles. In this game, you go to storage auctions, bid on units, and then sell the items in your shop. You can also use the items to decorate your shop. Over time, your store grows and eventually turns into something completely unique. The game offers hundreds, maybe thousands of interesting items to collect. It gets regular updates and new events, which keeps the gameplay fresh. But what really makes this game special is the community. Because bid battles gives players enough freedom to creatively express themselves, no two shops are alike. The creativity people put into their stores never stops amazing me. That's why this is my favorite Roblox game. If you've seen my YouTube channel before, you know that most of my content has been shop tours showcasing what I call bid battles' most epic shops. This community has built some of the most unique, jaw-dropping stores I've ever seen. I gladly spent weeks making videos just to highlight that creativity because it impressed me so much. I've got a lot of love for this game and its players. For me, bid battles is number 1, and I don't see that changing anytime soon.